The latest happening in the Eastern Cape, where several roads have been blocked, and it's all because scholar transport operators are engaged in protest over the non-payment of services by the provincial government. I want to talk more about it with Eastern Cape Transport spokesperson Unathi Binqose. Unathi, good morning to you, and thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you joining us. I know that there is a big meeting planned for 2 o'clock this afternoon, so a lot of preparation needs to happen there. But you are pleading with those operators who have now downed tools not to strike, saying that the impact might be devastating. I've just been told we've lost the signal with Unathi. He is in transit, but it's a big issue there. A number of students and scholars in the province staying away from school because of the situation that is unfolding. And let's just share with you what the Premier of the province had to say about all of this. This is Oscar Mabuyane.
We want to plead with all taxi operators to really bear with us. We share the pain. We understand very well the inconvenience they may have experienced by not being paid on time. We are together on this. We have set aside this to benefit taxi industry, and we are doing everything right in full compliance with the law to ensure that taxi industries are being paid. And I want to assure taxi industries now as the Premier of the Eastern Cape.
All right, and Unathi Binqose is able to join us right now. So let's go straight to that conversation. Unathi, we heard some commitments being made by the Premier of the province, Oscar Mabuyane, with regard to what is happening. But you're pleading with operators as well to give up the strike, not to go ahead with it, because the effects will be devastating. Just talk to us about what's at stake.
What is at stake is that we know for a fact that a huge majority of taxi operators in the province are not involved in scholar transport. Many of them are dependent on taxi ranks. Many of them are dependent on the daily commutes of people to make ends meet. It's just a very small portion of operators that are in the scholar transport program. And as the Premier has committed there, payments for them will be done. Of course, based on those invoices that have been verified and found to be legitimate. The department as well as provincial government have made a promise to itself that they are not going to just pay any invoice as they come. They ought to be verified before they are paid. But we're also concerned about the elderly people that are supposed to be getting their social grants starting from today, who would need to go to town, because if this shutdown goes ahead as planned, it will affect those elderly people as well as the millions of taxi operators who are not involved in scholar transport, who depend on daily commute of people to make ends meet.
Unathi, can't there be a happy balance, a happy medium between doing the very important work of ensuring that there is oversight, there's a verification of those invoices, but also the swift payment for services? We have Santaco saying they're owed over more than 120 million rand in unpaid invoices. They say they've been waiting for 4 months, and they say that they are being taken for granted by the department. Are you taking them for granted?
We certainly are not taking anyone for granted, but at the same time, we wish not to downplay their concerns, what has forced them to reach this stage. It's worth noting that there are quite a few that have been paid already, but we are busy making payments for those invoices that are within us at the moment. And I can assure you that as things stand, we have processed invoices amounting to up to 15 million that will be paid. The run is this Friday, and the monies will reflect on the operators' accounts by Wednesday next week. The next run after that, monies will reflect on operators' accounts by Wednesday after next, meaning that on Wednesday, May 15th. That commitment is there. It is for that reason that we are pleading with them to please allow other people to do their work, to continue operating while we are dealing with their problems. We understand they apply it. We wish not to downplay it, and we are making that commitment that payments will be made. Of course, we've got to ensure that we pay verified invoices, because it's tax money that we are using to to pay operators.
Well, 15 million out of 120 million is just a little over 10%. Pardon my mathematics, it might be off there, but it's not a significant dent in the overall amount that's being owed. That Santako says it is owed in the province. Unathi, how do you speed up this process? Because as you said right at the very beginning, the lives, the well-being of so many of our vulnerable communities are on the line here.
Like we said, Iman, that payment is for those invoices that have been verified and qualified. We have reached out to them to say that there are these glitches that have been spotted in some invoices, and we therefore call on you to verify, to supply us with all the supporting documents in order for us to be able to make those payments. But we want to make it clear that it's not the issue of unavailability of funds. Funds are available, but like we are saying, it's taxpayers' money, and it's got to be used wisely, and we have to ensure that we pay invoices that are verified. The commitment to make payments is there. Even the backlog that they are talking about, that commitment to make those payments is there, but we have to ensure that we pay the right invoices and to the right people. That is the process that we're working on. We're pleading with them to also work with us in ensuring that when they submit invoices, they are accompanied by all the relevant documents, including proof of delivery, which is signed by principals of the schools to which they transport these children.
I mean, it's 240 days that it's taken so far. Again, if we believe what the Taxi Association is saying to us, for how long it's been since these invoices were issued and the moment of release. Share with the taxi community, the taxi owners in the Eastern Cape, what plans and measures you've taken behind the scenes to now speed up the process, because it has taken a while. You're saying you've made these commitments, you do have the money, and I imagine that will infuriate them even more, that you've got the money but you just can't release that money to them. So what are you doing to reduce this backlog urgently?
We've got teams of officials that are working around the clock. As I'm speaking to you now, I've been to the Amatole district where they are working, ensuring that these invoices are verified and processed. Those that meet the compliance are processed. And of course, like we said, payments will be made this coming next Wednesday, and the Wednesday thereafter. And we believe that by Wednesday the 15th, we would have cleared all this backlog that is there. And of course, we've got to stress time and again that it's those invoices that have been cleared that payments will be made on. And of course, we've reached out to operators and we continue to reach out to them to say that these are the glitches that we've picked up on your invoices. Please work with us in order to clear those. And of course, some of the things that have been cited as contributing factors to the delay relate to issues that have got to do with SARS with some of the operators, and we've called on them to reach out to the South African Revenue Services to clear whatever issues they may have with SARS in order for those payments to be made. So the commitment to make the payments is there. The money to do that is also there, but we have to make sure that payments are made to the right people who are compliant.
Unathi Binqose speaks for the Eastern Cape Transport Department. Thank you for stopping by and just sharing with us the latest in respect of the payments to those affected by this. And there is a meeting planned today at 2 o'clock as well to try and get to the heart of the matter and a resolution.